Here we are, the time has come. Thank you for joining us. Thank you for watching. I'm very excited to be here because everything has built up to this moment for the team knockout this year, eh, Fats? Welcome, aren't you excited?
Absolutely, thanks, Mazz. Very excited. It's been a great last 3 months for the team knockouts. Different format this year. Guys are loving it. Atmosphere has been good. We had a couple of tight finishes at the events.
Yep.
Amazing. I love it.
Big finishes. The nice thing is we added 2 more courses to our calendar this year. Starting at Peakenwood, that was lovely to get out to Hartbeespoort Dam, have a nice Sunday afternoon on the carts, have a good game. We played our game there.
We did. I really enjoyed it. Haven't played Peakenwood in a while. Yeah, the course was in a good condition. I think about 90% of the teams played that day.
Yeah.
So we had a big field and the atmosphere was just spectacular. You know, seeing the guys come in at halfway and talking about the game, where they are, etc. Loved it.
I love the live scoring. I love being able to see where everybody was. Then we moved on from Peakenwood. We moved to Reading, which is a course that we all know. It was another good run. We managed to win our game there at least, which was nice. And then we moved to Centurion, another course that was new to the calendar, and I think a lot of people enjoyed.
Absolutely. I spoke to a few guys at Centurion. I don't think we had it on our calendar this year or last year. So also been a while since we played that course. Amazingly enough, some of the guys have never played Centurion before we played the knockout game there. Such a popular course. Yeah, the guys loved it, and obviously thinking about putting it back on the calendar.
Yes, and it's always nice to be able to give people the opportunity to play these new courses. So what happens now? We've played 3 round robin games. We've got our points. What happens now?
So basically, we can't do out of the hat draw. The reason for that is the guys play in their pools to obviously try and finish on top of their pool with the most points. So what we've done is the top 4 teams will like be in the corners of the draw. You'll see that. We want them to, if they go through, to play each other in the semi-finals and final, and not before that. Yes. So that's the basics of it, of how we did the draw.
And also not playing the same people you played in your group.
Yes, that's another thing that we had to do is obviously some of the guys in the groups finished on the same points, so we couldn't put them on the same side of the draw. Yes. Otherwise they will play each other again in the round of 16 or come quarter-final time, and we tried to avoid that as well.
And the other thing you got to remember is that it's a bit difficult. I know there were mentions that it will be Thursday, Sunday, but most of the guys are on the Sunday league anyway, so we couldn't really do a Thursday, Sunday. We just had to put everybody together and we'll get these matches done. But shall we see how we got to this point?
Absolutely. Let's have a look at some of the pools and highlights.
We're going Group A. Group A, I think the Mighty Ducks top Group A with 9 points, which there was only 2 teams to get 9 points?
Yes, it was only, no, I think there was 3 teams that finished on 9 points. Mighty Ducks came in as favourites, managed to win 2 and draw 1 against Victoria's Secret. I think they surprised a lot of people as well.
And we're going to go through the results quickly. So the Mighty Ducks at round 1 at Peakenwood, they had an absolute stormer against Andrew Smith's and Nikoritz's NV My Team. Never had a chance.
Absolutely. I think they caught Frikkie on a bad day for them, good day for Frikkie, shooting an exceptional round there, and then beating Nico and Andrew 8 and 7.
And Frikkie would go on to win at Reimsig in the same the following week with
He did, absolutely.
So then thinking that the Mighty Ducks were the Mighty Ducks that they were, Victoria's Secret with Darby and Ryan came in and pulled out a draw.
They did. We actually played behind them at Reading, so I knew what was going on in the game most of the time. I think when we got to the 16th green, they were on the 17th tee box, and Frikkie told me they're 2 down, 2 to play, but they're going to pull this back. He's going to make birdie, and they're going to pull it back. And Frikkie made birdie on 17, and if I'm not mistaken, Donnie made birdie on 18 to win the last 2 holes, and then square the game.
So they got 9 points because of the bonus points earlier.
Yes.
So just to touch on their last
I think they got 2 bonus points. That's why they're 9.
This would have been the second bonus point.
Yes, it was.
Against the Asian All-Stars. This was at Centurion. Rampant, I tell you, rampant. So, well done to the 2 of them. And I managed to catch up with them at Kyalami on a cold morning and asked them their opinions of the ground stage and looking forward.
The Mighty Ducks, the best #1 seed after the group stages, 2 bonus points.
Yes, sir.
How was the group stages?
Group stages was great. I think the first game for me was the better one, Peakenwood. Yeah, we did some damage on that side, and I also played very well.
Yeah, I think the second one was definitely our toughest one because we weren't ahead. And,
Yeah.
I think it was murder. We got away with a half. So
Yeah. And then the third one was pretty good. I think the game was basically given to us. But yeah, we both did play well.
Yeah.
Yeah.
We dovetailed quite well. So and I think going forward, for us as a team, is just to basically do the same scenario as what we've done the last three. It's like cricketing or first. It's like, and then from there I can decide what to be aggressive, not aggressive.
Yeah.
So it's like that's our game plan going into the quarters, hopefully semis and finals as well.
Yeah. Captain leading the field. Yeah.
Victoria's Secret, group stages are done, you're through to the next round. How was it?
Lekker. It was tough. First round, had a bit of a breeze. The competition had to find the feet first. Second round, Reading, that was a tough one. But my buddy, his putter was going well.
Looking forward to the round of 16. What have you learned?
Don't miss the short ones.
Missed a 2-foot putt on the 18th at Reading, so still haunting us, but we'll get through it. Looking confidence towards the new rounds, and looking forward to round 16.
Group B.
Our group.
We faced off first day at Peakwood. I must say, Reds and myself were ahead for a bit, but then the mighty Fat Man Squared came and got us and won in the end. What I have to say is look at the last three guys. The last three guys all finishing on 3 points. All won 1, all lost 2. But it came down to points difference, which still didn't separate Drawshank Redemptions and Dazzling Bandits. But how were we separated?
So obviously we didn't prepare for this scenario. With the guys being on the same amount of points and same points difference, we said, okay, we'll go back to the game. Whoever won between the guys that was tied will then go through to the next round.
And luckily, the only game that we did win, this was at Reading, was against the Dazzling Bandits. But I suspect 3 points is not going to be enough to get straight through to the next round. Let's have a look at your game first of all. This was an important game because if you didn't beat the Super Subs, then we would be out, and
Yes.
they're most likely in. How did this game go? This was at
Reading. We played this at Reading.
Yes.
It was actually a very, very good game. The first couple of holes were tight. I think Wayne played quite well. Franco came in with a few 3-pointers. But from the 5th or 6th hole, myself and Christo really started to dovetail quite well. Beating, I think, 5 and 4. We were really happy with the performance. Not our
Overall,
best.
You didn't lose a game?
No, we did not lose a game. I think the last one was a bye. The guys couldn't make it, so unfortunately we had to get the points for that. Would have loved to play them at Centurion.
Yeah.
I think myself and Chris were really happy with the way it went. Obviously, a game against you guys was a big one. We came through that, and really happy in the position that we are. Right, we have Group C. We had the Putt Pirates, which was Jean van der Westhuizen and Leon Kruger. Going through comfortably, winning all 3 of their games with a points difference of 10. Then we have Blonde and the Pimp in second place. They actually had a bad loss the first round at Peakwood, and then they came back really strong
to win the next 2. They had to win at Centurion to get through. Let's have a look at the Putt Pirates. Their final game at Reading, they're also quite convincing, didn't even give Team Kasserian a sniff. So they've done well to get through to the next round. I think they are one to look out for. Very
Absolutely.
sneaky.
Yeah, they look solid. Like I said, they've won all 3 of the games quite comfortably. So I think the teams should be looking out for them, eh?
Then on to Group D, we have the Joiners. Well, the Joiners, why the name Joiners? Because right at the end, we needed an extra group, and Brayton Ndwini and Randall Chetty said they'll join up, and look what's happened. They've topped the group and they're flying.
They did. Also came through without a loss. They had 1 draw, but 2 wins. Really good for late entries as well. And then we have Sultans of Swing, which is Luki and Karel. Also on 7 points going through. Also looking solid.
So well done to those guys. Group E, this was a very tight group. We had Scratch My Handicap and we had Born a Hero, father and son team. And it basically came down to the last game. They played at Copperleaf, and unfortunately for Born a Hero, last year's finalists, they did not win. Therefore, they came in on 3rd position.
Yes, they did. But as you can see, also a very tight group at the top there. As Mazz mentioned, it came down to the last game. Really tight. Even Team Fire Equip had to win their last game as well to go through.
Yes.
Because obviously they didn't know what the results in the previous game was going to be. Yeah, here we have the two finalists from 2018.
Yes. I think we have to just touch on this.
Yeah, we
They
have
ended up
to.
in the same group. They played each other in the second round, and Borneo came back.
They did. Obviously, Rick and Willie beat them in the final last year.
Yep.
Also a tight game. If you look at this, I think they had the revenge coming. They were really fired up for this game. They were never down, and then they came out 3-2.
But unfortunately, like we mentioned, they could not win their last game. They had the lead most of the way up until the 10th. And then Scratch My Handicaps, Manure Valley and Hussein Ishmael started the fight back. They fought back. They were all square for a few holes and then just pipped it on the end to take the top spot in Group E.
Yeah, congratulations, guys.
So Fairway to Heaven had already qualified. Team Dildo were in second place. But if Fairways to Heaven beat them by more than 3, then the SOBs could have taken the second place and qualified for the next round. We quickly want to go back to, you mentioned Fairways to Heaven, they're making a good pair. They started well at Peakenwood against the clubbers, Chris Jacobs and Craig Graby. It just shows you they never looked like anything more than winning.
No, they didn't. Going in as favourites, as I said, winning convincingly. I think I was actually quite a bit shocked with the loss against Team Dildo at Reading.
Yes.
But I think they were quite relaxed for that. Yeah.
But there's a reason they lost, is because Dylan De Beer had an outstanding round of golf. He made, I think it was 4 birdies in his front 9, and then 2 on his back 9. And when a +2 handicap is shooting 1 under par, I think.
He shot a 68. That was 3 under par.
Yes.
Yeah, so 1 under his handicap.
So there's not much you're going to do about that.
No.
So I wouldn't even think it's a bit of a stumble. Well played to Team Dildos. They made it through, and we're glad that they made it through from Group F.
And we caught up with Team Dildo at Reading just before the big match.
Your group stage games, apparently this is a make or break game.
Yeah,
Yeah?
it is a bit. Trying to wrap up the group here, but feeling pretty confident.
Yeah.
Both been doing some work. Both had a bit of a rough patch with our game, so yeah, we're feeling good about today.
That's good. The first 2 games, tell me about it.
So we started off with a bit on a rocky slope. I mean, we played Jason and Jamie, and they just held everything. They played really good golf. We got a bit of a hiding,
We're
but
a bit overconfident,
yeah,
I think.
yeah. We won the first hole and thought we had the match. But yeah, they came back with a vengeance. Then we had a tough game against our next opponents.
Yeah.
Yeah, right. Actually, yeah, a couple of weeks ago, and yeah, so we managed to squeak through that, and now it's a do or die game.
Okay, so you obviously play against Fairway to Heaven. What would the result be for you guys to go through?
So we just need to obviously win. We through, and we can't lose by more than 2.
Okay, cool.
But
and,
yeah.
And if you're going through, obviously looking forward to the next knockout stages?
Absolutely.
Yeah.
Lekker, boys.
Titles what we're after.
Up next, we have Group G. We've got Dude, Where's My Pa? They finished on 6 points. That's Heinrich and Jean. And then the Wannabe Eagles, which is Andre and Peter, also finishing on 6 points, going through to the next round.
So Dude, Where's My Pass wanted to stay on top of the log. They were on 6 points, so it came down to points difference, but it actually didn't matter that they lost against the Keg and Half Pint. They lost 2 up, but still topped the log. So congratulations to them. It will be interesting to see who they face next.
And I think as well for next year, it just shows you how important the points difference can be.
Very, very important. Group H, another low-scoring group, with the top team only getting 5 points because not everybody draws 2 matches in a group.
No, they
especially if you
don't.
play 3. And both G-Force and L Squared drew 2 matches. I find that incredible.
Yeah, it is really incredible. Funny to see. I mean, they only finished on 5 points, didn't lose a game. Very, very tight group. 5 points, 4 points, 4 points, 4 points, and again coming down to points difference.
Right down to points difference. So congratulations also to Steady Eddie and G-Force, but both of those are in the bottom, so they will be going into playoff matches.
And just touching on the all square games, you can see here, G-Force, they were down most of the round, and I mean they were 3 down at one stage, 3 down at one stage, and just a great fight back to halve the match against L Squared.
Very important match that was. And then at Centurion, Steady Eddie needed to win against 4 players to secure his spot into the next round, and they did that convincingly with a bonus points 7 and 5.
They did, and also with the bonus point, that got them to the 4 points they needed.
Yes.
And with the points difference, they went through to the next round. And on to Group I, which was the last group as well. We had Who's Your Caddy, which is Alan and Kobus, finishing on 7 points, and Chuck Norris Offspring on 4 points. Also a low-scoring group, where everybody won a match at least, and then we had a couple of draws as well.
And Who's Your Caddy went on to win their final round against the Oudtoppies. Unfortunately, the Oudtoppies did not secure a point at all during the knockouts. So we look forward to seeing them next time around, and hopefully they will fare a little better. But we'll give Etienne a shout out as he is leading the Thursday League Tour. Maybe it's just his partner. So well done to Who's Your Caddy. I think they could go far.
Absolutely. I think in the beginning of the season as well, a couple of people rated them very high as one of the top teams, and they're just showing it. I mean, going through on top of their pool.
We caught up with the lads from Who's Your Caddy, and this is what they had to say.
Tell me about the knockout season that you've got so far.
Knockout season, our group was tough. We started with a tied match, the first match. Then a very, very tough match against Quinton and Rob. We won that one up, I think, or 2 up. And then the last game was very tough, playing Etienne and Johan. And at the 9th hole, we were just 1 up. And I said to Alan, no, we have to get away now. And we won that one at the end more comfortable than what it looked. So, yeah, it was really nice.
Good, man. Alan, what have you learned from this so far?
Well, currently what I've learned is me and Kobus, we dovetailing very well, so I think we will go far in this knockout series.
Okay, and there we have it. This is now the top 14 teams going straight into the round of 16. You can also see it's the teams with the most points. And then we've got the 4 bottom teams who've got to play a playoff, unfortunately, just to get 16 teams back into it.
So, here we go. So this is playoff 1 and playoff 2, and these are the teams who need to play each other off to hopefully get into the next round. G-Force is taking on Chuck Norris Offspring in playoff 1, and then Drawshank Redemption with the lowest points on 3 will take on Steady Eddies on 4 points, and the winner of these will go through to the next round. So it's now time to do the draw, reveal who you'll be playing in the next round. Remember, these games will now be scheduled into all the Sunday League or Thursday League games going forward. We'll see how quickly we can get through the matches to the final. And again, the final will be only played in November. So if we finish early, September, we'll wait to have the big final for the singles and the team in November. I'm excited. Here we go.
Absolutely, very excited. It'll be good to see who we're playing in the next round. Maz, you guys excited playing against Jason and Eddie? Tough match.
I'm hoping. We have not shown our best form whatsoever, so hopefully we start well.
You still need to peak.
We start well. Like at Centurion, I think we were 5 up and we lost. Here we go for the draw. The top guys are in the corners.
Right, as we explained a bit earlier, you would see we're in the corners there so that these guys can meet them in the semi-finals only, and the top teams can meet in the semi-finals and final.
So the playoff games go to the top. So it will either be Fat Man Squared versus G-Force or Chuck Norris Offspring.
Yes, looking forward to that. Going to keep an eye on that game. I think both teams are actually very strong. I don't know how they finished in the bottom, but it was the group with all the halves. So myself and Krista will be looking forward to seeing who we're playing.
And I'm really hoping to play the Mighty Ducks, because if we knock the Mighty Ducks out and we go on to win this thing, that will be the story to tell your grandkids.
That'll be the story of 2019.
All right, who is going to play the bottom top qualifiers? First up, we have playing against Ryan and Darby.
Team Dildo. Oh, that's going to be a tough one. A couple of long hitters in that 4-ball. Excited to see what's going to happen there.
On the other side of the draw, playing against Putt Pirates for B, Munir Valley and Hussein Ishmael Scratch My Par. That'll be interesting. I think this will already be scheduled for the next round at Copper Leaf.
Absolutely, and I think, like we said, Putt Pirates hasn't lost a game. So, it's going to be a tough one for Scratch My Handicaps.
At Scratch My Handicaps home course. That's where they...
Oh, okay. That is clever.
So, the stars have aligned. Then, on the top, the next quarter, to get into the next quarterfinal, we have Kobus and Alan.
Who's your caddy? And they will be, on the other side of the draw, let's see, we have Dean and Paul.
Dean and Paul, so obviously they're not going to be facing each other. No. So who's going to play against, who's your caddy? The answer is the reigning champions, Firequip.
Good luck, boys. That's going to be a tough one.
Who's going to play against Fairways to Heaven?
It's Andre and Peter. We actually played a social against them at Centurion.
Yes.
And they gave us a massive hiding.
Why is this?
I think Andre is a low handicap. Peter is a very, very solid high handicapper. I think also the last two events, he made 38 points. So he might come down a little bit, I'm sure of it. But a really, really solid team that.
We're almost there for the next round of 16 encounter. On the left side of the draw, we have Brayton and Randall. And on the right-hand side of the draw, we have the Blonde and the Pimp. So they won't be facing each other, but they will be facing...
Oh, there you go. Dude, where's my par? That is John and Heinrich.
Finish off the field.
It will be Luki and Karel playing against Terence and Clary.
So there you go. We've done it. Exciting. We've got the next phase. So it will be very interesting. Good luck to all the teams. I think it's probably the strongest team setup we've had. So if they're going to win, they're really going to deserve the victory.
Absolutely, and I think what added to it as well was the group stages that we had. Some of the strong teams last year and the year before, if they lose in the first round, they're out. Now at least they had two more chances to show themselves and get through to the next stage. So this is definitely the strongest teams that did take part this year.
And we'll be doing the same next year. We'll have group stages next year. The format might be a little bit different, but we'll keep you posted on how that is going. Thank you for watching. I've enjoyed it.
Thanks for watching. Yes, Mazz, I did, and we'll see you all at Irene.